What is up, guys? It is your boy Anecdotal, and I'm back with another video on Endless Frontier. And today I'm gonna go ahead and go off of a suggestion from my boy Jesus, or maybe Jesus, whichever way you would pronounce that name, and talk about Outland Battles. And that is right here, guys. So the question was really that he's struggling to get past stage 15. And my guess is that a lot of us are. If you go ahead and you click on this pedestal that gives the placings of 3, 2, and 1, you'll see that the majority of people are stuck on stage 16, including myself. So if you go to all, here we go, the absolute highest stage currently is what's available. Most people are at 13. And the reason for that is because today is day 3. Now, the breakdown of Outland Battle is that it lasts for 5 days, and in each one of those 5 days, we get 4 tickets and 4 stages that open up. And everybody here in these rankings that are in the top have been able to complete all 4. In total, for every day, since there are 5 days and there are 4 stages in each, there are 20 stages total. And so far, looking at the former rankings, the highest that anyone has been able to get to is 17, which means that the most someone has been able to do is beat the 16th stage. So if you're stuck on the 15th stage, bro, the majority of us are. And if I scroll down to wherever my current ranking is, is my previous ranking somewhere here? Ah, there you go. My previous ranking is right here, being ranked at 137th for server 7, and stage 15 is as far as I went. I beat that stage and that's it. So if you're looking for a way to get past stage 16 and one-shotting every boss, the answer is patience. Unless we have another update that ends up giving us new units that are better for Outland battles, the only thing that we can do is see these units down here, the prizes that we get for beating the stages of Outland battle, is wait to 5-star these pets. And when we 5-star those pets, it's going to awaken all the little soldiers that we have, and all hell is going to break loose. And seeing that you got up to that stage, it is my guess that you know what units that you need to be using. And these are the units that you need to be using, for the most part. I like using a Ninja of Darkness because it's what I have, and I have its pet. And because of that, Ninja of Darkness is a beast. In fact, it used to be used as a 1-core before hippogriffs were a thing. Ninja of Darkness was the meta and the way to go. And here, because I have his pet, he is an unstoppable beast in Outland Battle. There was a tier class somewhere on Reddit or something like that that broke it down, and he was in the A class. But either way, you should just know he's a beast because of TOT. All of these stages are super easy. There's not a lot of paying attention that needs to be done. Now, one of the reasons why all of these stages are really easy, other than having good units to have, or other than having good units that have a high amount of DPS, and DPS is the name of the game for Outland Battle, is because I have the correct units in the bank. So in the time shop, if I go to Battle, Shop of Honor, you're going to see that I have 15 clerics because I max out the Dimensional Binding 2 that they have. So if you look at it, Dimensional Binding here will give you basically 10% when you senior them. It says here 5, but if you look at a senior, it will be 10%. If you have 15 of them, the attack for all humans will go up by 150%. If you get 15 elementalists and you senior them, you'll get another extra 150%. You get an increase to attack speed, movement speed, and crit damage for elf and human. You get the Dark Elf. You're going to get the same ability, except it'll be for the undead and the elf. So really, you just want to make sure that you get 15 of each of these units, starting off with the cleric first. Why the cleric first? Because the huge beasts, the humongous guys that you need, the people that are going to do the majority of the damage while playing this mode, will be Valkyries and Flame Spirits. They're going to be doing all of the work. And everybody else that I throw in here is pretty much there for support. So right now I just want to do optimum damage. And honestly, the troops that I throw out here won't even help very much. Because truth be told, unlike guild boss raids, this entire game mode is all about the units that you use and not the troops that are equipped there. Also, what you want to keep in mind when you go ahead and you face more difficult bosses is that you guys need to keep your DPS hitters alive. Here, not so much of a problem. Most of these stages, until you get up to maybe 13 or 14, where you start struggling, is going to be because you're struggling to stay alive. Right now, there's none of that really matters. Here, we're just using the best units. Oh, man. When I first started playing, when you see a full list like this, make sure to scroll down a bit, and you might just notice that there are other characters that you can pick here, like this guy. Man, you could lose a raid because you didn't scroll down and pick the most optimal character. Here, it's Skeleton Warriors all the way. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm using a Ninja of Darkness. Other than the fact that it's an A tier fighter, Valkyrie and Flame Spirits S tier all the way, best people you can have. Upper left side there in the corner, you can use 7 heroes. 5 of them can be Flame Spirits and 2 of them can be Valkyries. But with just 3 Flame Spirits, 1 Valkyrie, and then just this ensemble of teams, I can go ahead and clear as far as I have to clear. For the most part, none of this is going to change. So here you go, another attack. Oh, also, some people think for some reason that guild raid pets matter in this. You don't need to equip your Potang or a squirrel or something like that when you're fighting these guys. That's only for guild raids, and that does not have any effect on Outland battles. So that's not something you need to worry about. And here you go, time to finish this off. And all right, that looks fine. And go. Now, I have these 3 heal spells here to make sure that I survive when I'm in tougher raids. So right now you can see that this Bilal is actually putting some of a fight here to my guys. So some of them may have gotten weaker, so I just kind of healed periodically. At this point, I don't really need to pay attention to when I heal, but what it ends up being when I get into higher raids is that I wait for about 10 seconds. So when I pop off my first heal, after that, the countdown continues, because on average, I could take about 10 seconds worth of hits before I really need that heal. And then from the lowest amount of health possible, I heal up and I still have my troops. The thing that you want to pay attention to when you are fighting these guys here is to make sure that you're not healing your troops, or what they call it here, the soldiers. Soldiers don't really matter that much in this game, at least not yet. So all you want to really make sure is that your heroes are alive, because the majority of the damage, unlike on guild boss raids, will actually come from your heroes. And I guess that's why they're heroes in here. So as you can see, I ran out. You only get 4 tickets in 4 stages. There are 20 stages in all. You're going to want to be able to one-shot absolutely every boss and feel like a boss, because you can do it. But for now, man, the best you can do is T3 your Flame Spirits if you have any. Get 2 Valkyries that you want so that you can have the Valkyrie buff when doing that fight to increase the DPS of your very strong hitting, hard-hitting characters. And make sure that your Dimensional Binding 1 and 2 are maxed. So that means having 15 senior of each one of these 4. Now, the only one that really matters would be the Cleric, because like I said, the 2 best units for this game mode are Flame Spirits and Valkyries. And seeing that they're both human, they put in work. In my team, I have a Steampunk. Steampunk is amazing, does really high damage, and can attack from a really far distance. Sometimes this is the reason why I win. He's the huge difference here, and he's the deal breaker. The reason why is because some bosses just can't hit him because of how far he is, and he remains unscathed while continuously producing damage. But at the end of the day, the 2 best heroes to use will be Flame Spirit and Valkyrie. The Ninja of Darkness does come in handy because sometimes while I'm being hit, he does that little same fade that Skeleton Warriors do. Now, if you really want to beat stage 16, and this is something I have not done, if you look at my last ranking here, I only got up to stage 15. I didn't beat it. If we go, is there a top? Yeah, if we go all the way up here, and we scroll down, we can see that the top 20 did beat stage 16. But after that, you can see that the damage numbers will start to drop off dramatically afterwards. For these people that did beat stage 16, chances are is that they only have 2 Valkyries and absolutely everybody else will be Flame Spirits, and that one of those Flame Spirits will be substituted for this unit right here, the Fire Mage, if you have the Phoenix pet at 5-star. So currently I have Phoenix at 5-star, but I just don't feel like wasting my trans tickets on T3ing a Fire Mage. I heard Fire Mage is super OP here and really is more used for the Scorpion, because when she shoots her magical attack with her wand, the Firebirds that come out of it just do massive damage everywhere, and it will take care of the little spawns that the Scorpion like dishes out. So that's why Fire Mage is actually really cool, as long as you have the 5-star Phoenix to make her a better DPS or a better hero for this game mode. But really, I feel like it's kind of a waste of trans tickets. At least you have a different unit. There's really no reason to have so many of the same unit. And at the end of the day, you're only going to get an extra 5 of this pet. Is it worth 9 trans tickets? Well, actually, let's think about it. To T3 a unit, you need 1 ticket to get from Senior to T1, 2 tickets to get from T2 to T3, and 3 tickets to get from T2 to T3, which is a total of 6 trans tickets. So if you're only using tickets and you're not planning on using gems because you're working on T2ing all of your artifacts, then it's going to take 6 tickets per hero that you're going to use in this game mode, just so that you can get 5 more frags every 5 days. Because for the most part, your issue isn't just beating the first 8 or 12 stages, but only beating stage 16. So is that sort of investment worth it? Personally, I don't think it is. In fact, we only get a trans ticket twice a week, and that's on the weekends, Saturday and Sundays, and I don't think it's really that worth it. So there you go, guys. What you need to do is that you need to make sure clerics first, get 15 of them, senior them on your team. Make sure that on your team that you have at least 3 to 4, let's go here, 3 to 4 Flame Spirits, 2 Valkyries. Make sure all of them are T3. If you have the Phoenix pet at 5-star, if you want, you can go ahead and T3 a Fire Mage and do work there. And if you're trying to fill in the gaps, Ninja of Darkness with the pet works, and Steampunk with the pet works too. You see right here that I have a fairy, and honestly, I just can't get rid of my guild rate setup, and I just really like having that fairy there to increase the speed, but it's actually not recommended to use at all. The smart thing for me to do would be to replace it and maybe put an Elementalist in there, or if I had a T3 Sylphid, a T3 Sylphid would put in work, or anything else that has a really high amount of DPS. But I don't know, man. I really like the fairy and the speed that it gives me. Totally not recommended to do, but I do it, and every single time I always get up to, let's go to my rank, I always get up to stage 16 without any problems at all. And that would be where Balal would be. And there, man, I maybe have 2 attacks left, or if I don't like get destroyed by RNG by facing Harpy, maybe I have 3 attacks left to try to finish Balal at stage 16, but that doesn't happen. The amount of damage that I do there just dramatically drops off, and I don't think that if I have 2 extra Flame Spirits that's going to make a huge difference, or if I decide to T3 my Fire Mage, that's going to make a difference. Another pro tip that you want to be looking out for if you want to get further on in these stages and be one of the first to clear stage 16, 17, 18, 19, and the final stage 20 is to equip the correct pets. Now, here you can see the second skill says Outland Battle, which means it will specifically help in that game mode, which is why I said that guild raid pets should not be of any help here, because they included a new skill tab here. Then the new function, the new terminology for it was Outland Battle, and you could see it on this pet. So Bernard would be the #1 pet that you want. Also, Cleric at T3 would be nice, because Cleric not only dishes out damage, but heals you a bit, just like the Priest does, but he has a little bit more attack power than, well, not a little bit more. I'd say a lot more attack power than a priest. Priest barely hits. So if you want, put a cleric there. It'll definitely help the survivability of your team. And when you do get Bernard to 5-star, I'm sure that he's going to become quite the beast. Other than Bernard, there's also Chi-Chi, which increases the HP for elves. And then where's Chester? And Chester increases the HP for the undead units. So guys, if you're wanting to increase your damage by equipping a pet, you want to put either Chester, Chi-Chi, or my recommendation, Bernard, because the DPS guys that you're going to be having in your team, or should I say girls here, will be the Flame Spirit and Valkyrie, because they are #1 for an Outland Battle, and these are the only pets that actually augment the damage. And the way that health augments the damage is that the longer that you're alive, the longer that you can hit your opponent. Right here at stage 11-16, make sure to pick up that 1 frag a day here, and one day you'll end up getting him at 5-star and everybody else here at 5-star, and you'll get that much closer to a completely optimized team for Outland Battle. But I'm sure that they will release other pets that will increase damage. But for now, get that HP, boys, because we need to survive. So Jesus and anybody else there that wants to go ahead and give a comment and recommend a video, or you have a question that you really want to get answered, go ahead, comment that. If you like this video, like it. If you want to share this video with your friends or guildmates, make sure to do it. And if you want more Endless Frontier content, make sure to subscribe. My name is Anecdotal, and I am here to help you out. 70 gems, not bad. There was absolutely nothing else here that I actually cared for. Peace out, guys.